In the beginning, there is the void, darkness and chaos. In sacred geometry, it's represented by the number 0. The 0 that represents not nothing, because nothing implies a thing. It is the reality that exists before a thing is even possible. And yet somehow, out of that darkness and chaos, there is some power, some force that was able to imagine the possibility of something different. In the scriptures it says, God said, let there be light. And there in the darkness and the emptiness, in the void of nothingness, there was something. There was possibility. There was a circle. I'm MindyAudlin. Welcome to chapter 13 of our book study for What If It All Goes Right. It's called Birds of a Feather, because you know birds of a feather flock together. And this is about coming together to use these tools, not just for your own life, but to use them to support others in creating their best lives as well. And what happens when we care about others' success as much as we care about our own, suddenly everyone is supported, everyone is cared for, and there is a circle synergy that makes miracles happen. Circles represent the number 1. They represent wholeness. They represent unity. If we look at that first speck of creation, I think what we would see is a circle. A circle is considered a sacred shape because it doesn't matter if it's a little tiny speck of a circle or an enormous globe of a circle. Every circle has the same properties. Every circle has one point at the center and an infinite number of possibilities orbiting the source of that circle. So circles can be big, they can be small, but circles can only expand and contract. If a circle wants to be anything other than a circle, it has to get a little creative. That circle can pick any one of those points of infinite possibility, and when it locks into that point and connects with the source, the center, it can actually create its image and likeness. It can create a circle that looks like the original, but is actually the mirror reflection of its source. Why is that important? Because when a circle creates its reflection, at the point of intersection, there is a new space created. It's a shape, looks like your eye, or it looks like a fish if you turn it sideways. It's called the Vesica Pisces. And in that space, all other numbers in geometry are born. Triangles and squares and octagons are all born out of this sacred shape, the intersection of a circle and a circle. And that's why when we want to create new realities, when we want to create solutions to what seems to be an unsolvable problem, the place to go is actually back to our source, back to the circle, back to that place where all things are possible. So we've talked about how to use the power of your imagination. We've talked about the power of one to use these tools to what if up into new possibilities. This week, I invite you to step into the power of a circle to see what happens when you bring this tool into community. There is an energy that is greater than the sum of our parts. Here's how it works. You start with identifying something that you want. That is that point at the center. Everyone that comes into the circle has an opportunity to share something they want, an intention, a desire, or it could be a challenge that they want to overcome. Each person in the circle has a time in the spotlight. Usually we do 2.5 minutes. And in that 2.5 minutes, they share what they want. And the rest of the circle will what if up possibilities. What if it's easy? What if it's fun? What if you have all the resources you need to get from where you are to where you want to be? You generate as many positive what if ideas as you can in 2.5 minutes. And if you're the one in the spotlight, you are allowing yourself to feel those ideas and to know which one is yours to do, to notice which ideas make the hair on your arm stand up and make you just want to get out of your chair and go do something. Then we take inspired action. But the ideas, the creativity, the creative power lives inside that circle. This week, the challenge is to what if up together. There are 3 ways you could do this. One way is simply to gather your friends, your colleagues, your family, sit around the table. It just takes 2 or 3 people, come together, share your ideas for what you want, and what if up together. Notice what happens. Or you may want to come into our WhatIfUP community. We have virtual circles that are facilitated by our certified coaches, our certified facilitators. You can come into the WhatIfUP club. It's free to join. Donations are appreciated if you are able. If you're not, don't let that keep you out from our community. Come in and be part of one of our virtual circles at whatifup.org and feel what it's like to be part of this kind of creative energy. Or my favorite way to get plugged into a What If circle is to come together in local community. In our WhatIfUP club, you'll be able to see if there is a group in your town, in your community, where you can plug in with others, come together locally to share ideas, to brainstorm, and to take on some big challenges. If there's not a group in your local area and you would like to start one, we have trainings coming up. You can look down below for a link to when our next trainings are. We have local trainings in my area in Northern New York, and then also virtual trainings, so you can be anywhere in the world and get a local group started. Why am I so passionate about these circles? For one, it's really fun. It's a great way to connect. It's a great way to get clarity on what you want and get support in moving towards it. I see amazing things happen, miracles happening inside of our circles, people coming in with an idea, a possibility. Sometimes it's almost even a joke to put it in front of the group. And next thing you know, there's possibility. There's a how-to. There's a strategy that gets born and things start to happen. But there's another reason I'm so excited about circles. We have, as the WhatIfUP Club, set a big, hairy, audacious goal of 1 million What If circles by the year 2030. And we're starting this year with 100 circle leaders. So if you're interested, we would love to have you be part of our core team to bring this big, hairy, audacious goal to life. Why are we launching 1 million circles? Well, you may have noticed there are some pretty big challenges happening in the world right now. It's a time where we need imagination. We need creativity. We need a positive outlook, and we need each other. Circles allow us to do that. It brings us together. It helps us with our mental resilience. It helps us build community. It helps us build vitality. It helps us build a stamina and grit to handle the challenges that we face, and it opens our minds to solutions that we might not find if we're just plugging away on our own. The United Nations, back, I think it was 2015, when they set out 17 Sustainable Development Goals. These were goals that they said we needed to hit by the year 2030 in order to have a sustainable, just civilization that could withstand all the challenges that are coming our way. We know they're coming our way, and we know that we can do something about it. That's the challenge. We are what-if-upping, finding some birds of a feather to flock together with you to support you in bringing your ideas to life, to support the United Nations in their Sustainable Development Goals, and bringing ideas and possibilities into our homes, into our lives, into our offices that are creating real, positive, tangible change in our world. That's what we're up to. What if all the challenges we face, all the hardships, all the hurdles that seem to be blocking us, what if all of them are there to bring us back into that circle, back into possibility, back into our creative genius, back to each other and all that is possible for each and every one of us. So thanks for joining me. I can't wait to hear what you create when you come together, when you circle up this week in our challenge. Have a great week.